Hello summoners, welcome back to another damage comparison video. This one is going to be between Moleman and Massacre. Both these characters, they were recently buffed, so it should be very interesting to see who has more damage output. And I'd say Moleman overall is the better character to do, irrespective of how this video goes on, because he has a lot more utility in my opinion. But Massacre, I really love Massacre after his buff. Like, he is so much easier to play. I used him pre-buff as well. I have done videos like pre-buff versus post-buff comparison, and like, he wasn't bad before the buff if we strictly talk about damage output, but it was very stressful to play with him. Like, if you lose the incinerates, then just getting your bat ignited again, you have to hit your opponent to the block a lot of times, and it was very annoying. But now, because the duration of everything is increased. By the way, if you're wondering why are we using the SP2 into Red Husk block, that is intentional. Sometimes you won't be able to do it, and I don't go for the SP3 and decide to go for SP2 even like normally, mostly because SP3 animation, it will just take a lot of time and make this comparison a little bit unfair, because with Moleman we're not really going for the, like, we are going to switch between SP1 and SP2. It's pretty similar. Like, you can go for SP1 rotation or SP2 rotation. Damage wise, it's really similar. With SP1, the pro is that you get some monster mass charges back. The con is that I am running suicide masteries with both, so you will be taking recoil damage. And Moleman, he doesn't really have any kind of regeneration, neither does Massacre, and you're going to see towards the end, like, these guys, they're not doing too well on health. Now, they like, Moleman overall is more suicide compatible. He's actually really good with them, because he benefits. He's kind of similar to Corvus that way. Like, he really benefits from having extra attack, because like, you already have guaranteed crits with him. So like, if you are going to, if the yellow numbers are a little bit bigger, then that will just make a huge impact throughout a fight, especially a longer fight like Labyrinth. So I personally have a rank 3 6-star Moleman, and he just kills it. And also, like, anything like Suicide Masteries or boosts, they just extremely enhance performance. Although here we are not running any kind of boost, so as you can see, like, so far it was pretty close. Now Moleman is kind of taking the lead. Both of these characters, they don't really have any ramp up kind of damage from the start. They basically have, like, this is how it should be ending. Like, it's not like Moleman's damage, actually Moleman's damage is increasing because his health bar is going lower, and the way his awakened ability works is when he's at lower health, he just hits harder or something. So I guess his damage output will increase as his health keeps going down, but that's not really something that you want to do. In end game scenarios, you don't want to play with lower health pools. But I was earlier talking about suicide compatibility, so one thing I forgot to mention, like, as soon, like, if you're running Moleman with suicide mastery, as soon as you start the fight, you start with two, like, you struck off the suicide, you start with 2 charges, and you only have to parry heavy once, and then you're good to go in the frenzy mode, which is just so much better than, like, a lot of people call him a skill Captain Marvel movie, but it's just so much better than Captain Marvel movie. Honestly, like, I don't want to use Captain Marvel movie in stuff like Labyrinth of Legends, while Moleman, he's very fun to use in Labyrinth because it's not very stressful to manage his charges at all. Like, you saw here, we never got to 20 charges initially. You don't need to. You can always, like, you can find an opening on demand, which is such a huge thing. Very few characters in the game can do that. Like, very few examples are Ghost or Quake, who don't need to rely on parry to get an opening. And Moleman, it's not as powerful because you do take some damage. Like, you basically are blocking a hit, and he's becoming unstoppable, so you can go in, and in that process you're taking a little bit of damage, which is why he went like, he didn't have that much health left at the end. But like, it is a very powerful way, especially in stuff like Alliance War, where it's not a 1.53 million kind of health pool, so you can afford to take a few hits into your block or while you're unstoppable, and it won't be that big of a deal. You might have to use a potion, but that could really save a lot of other resources. So that's basically going to do it with Moleman. Now Massacre, to be honest, like, he's still not a very easy character to play. It can vary a lot run to run. This was my 3rd run with him, the only one where I did not die of recoil, because like, towards the end because I was worried about recoil. And yeah, there is something about Red Hulk or labyrinth fights in general. As soon as you're close, I died when he had like 1% or 2% health, because he evaded and he was in the second phase of the enrage timer. And like in the second phase of the enrage timer, there's basically no saving you there if you get hit. But as you can see, like Massacre, he will be finishing again. Not getting openings really made an impact towards the end, because like I couldn't parry, I didn't have that much health to play around. So yeah, that was kind of annoying. But that is going to do it for this one. Thanks for watching, have a nice day, subscribe to the channel for more content, like this video, share with your alliance, and stay safe. Bye bye, have a good one. By the way, I ended this fight with SP3. I thought it might not kill him, and it didn't, but as soon as he got up, he died. So that's it. Bye bye, have a good one.